All right, I think that we have everyone who's probably going to see us today. Let us get this started. For those who have not seen this game before, I am super excited for you to watch it. If you are like super lost, don't worry, I'm going to be playing through multiple times. This game is about a time loop, so the more you play it, the more shit you find out. This is a really good game to stream. This is a really good game to play over and over and over again. If you are interested to see how the original playthrough of this started, go back and watch. I've got 3 years previously. They're a really quick watch. They're really fun. Oh, let's do this. Tangent is standing still with her face held up to the sky, letting blue snowflakes land on her cheeks. They melt almost immediately. She doesn't move as you approach. After a minute, she winces and rubs her eyes. It stinks, she says, because it's made of acid. Acid snow? Tange nods. The HoloNet entry says it isn't harmful. It freezes at 12 degrees Celsius and turns into tiny crystals that are so heavy they fall from the clouds. You can see them under a microscope. She sticks her tongue out and lets some of the flakes land on it. It tastes kind of sour, but sweet, she observes. Fascinating. Tange pulls a sample jar out of her coat. We know what it's made of, but our understanding is incomplete, she says, and places the jar on an outcropping of rocks. The big mushrooms changed in shape and color before the snow began to fall. I wonder if there's some sort of signal that precedes the changing of the seasons. What happens if I expose sample collected in dust season to snow from quiet season? A small, excited smile creeps across Tange's face. There's so much to learn about this planet. I can't wait. You and your brother are so much alike. Tange narrows her eyes. Yes, we used to get that a lot, she says. I guess it's still true, if you think sneaking out of the colony is the same as valid scientific research. She frowns at you. He's so dumb, she mutters, and shoves her hands under her arms. He only cares about feelings, especially his own. You catch Cal at the gates of the gardens. He's carrying a big bucket of rocks. Hi, Nonsensica, he exclaims. He pauses to pat your pet on the head. And hello to you too, Bright Eyes. Oh, I'm supposed to tell you there's a new park near Geoponics now, Cal says. We can run around all we want, and nobody will say we're trampling the fields. You should come play there sometime. And Bright Eyes, they'll love it. Unlocked for lax in the park in Geoponics. We have chosen a Cal for this playthrough to romance. Study this mushwood. You examine the mushwood under a microscope and take notes on its cellular structure. Oh, so guys, I'm so sorry. I know I probably should wait till I'm not sick. I should probably wait till I'm not sick to read these types of games out loud. I'm so sorry. Thanks for telling me, because I'm new to watching this kind of stream. Really? Yeah, I did so much better on the first one. The second day, I got really sick. The third day, I was feeling a little bit better. And today, I'm feeling a lot better, but I'm still a little sore. Part of the reason it needs to be harvested and wet is because the cells get so saturated that they lose structural integrity and turn to, well, mush during glow. Studying the exact process by which the cells take in water leads to a breakthrough. It might be possible to hack the process and stop the mushwood trees from taking on too much water during wet. If they don't take on as much water, they won't take as long to dry. You should be able to develop a spray that loggers can apply to the fruiting body of the mushwood, the part that sticks out above the ground too close to its pores. Reducing negative pressure in the body should stop it from pulling so much water from the mycelial network underground. This is great. Logging will be so much more efficient now. Oh, fuck. I didn't mean to... Well, okay. I guess that checks out. I wasn't all for helping cut down the planet, but... Something's wrong with Socks, Cal says, closing the door behind you. She won't eat, and she cries all the time. You look into Socks' crate. She's almost too big for it now, even curled up in a ball. She raises her head and peeps miserably at you, then curls even tighter, her bulbous antennae drooping. She looks paler, right? Cal says, coming up beside you. And she's always sleepy and cold. I don't know what to do. She won't eat leaves anymore or anything else I bring her. Potatoes, corn, wheat, beans. She just chews through them and spits them out. He points to the lid of the box. She's been chewing her box, too, he says. I'm worried she's going to get to chew her way out and escape while I'm not here. Cal rubs socks on her chin, but she barely responds to his touch. You've been outside the walls, right, Nonsensica? Have you ever seen any animals like socks? Full-grown ones? What do they eat? I'll look next time I'm surveying. Thank you, Nonsensica, Cal says, sighing as he closes the box. I'm really worried. He wakes at the sound of your parents arguing in hushed tones, clearly trying not to disturb you. You blink away the sleep from your eyes, eventually remembering, wait, is it today your 13th birthday? Where's your birthday cuddles? Your parents always make a big deal about your birthday. You peek out through the privacy curtain on your bunk and listen in on their argument. You're being unreasonable, your mom says. Nonsensica is a teenager now. You have to give her the opportunity to take calculated risks, or she'll start acting out. That's just what a teenager is. Going off into the wilderness isn't a calculated risk, your dad replies. It's too dangerous. It's weird to hear your parents arguing. If they ever disagree, they sort it out quietly or go to mediation. This time around, they sound really upset. It's unsettling. I think I should. The danger isn't, you don't need to. They glance at you. Your mom holds up her hand to silence you and goes right back to talking. Geranium, she grates. You said it yourself that we need every person out there surveying for edible native plants. You're even going yourself. Why not our daughter? Your dad flails his hands helplessly. Because, Flulu, she's our daughter. It's our responsibility to keep her safe. You're not keeping anyone safe by coddling her. Your mom almost shouts, and your dad flinches in shock. Nonsensica's survival depends on her understanding this planet we're living on, so you're not doing her or the colony any favors by pretending like that's not the case. Won't you two just shut up? Or I can take care of myself. I can take care of myself. I'm brave. You're brave, but you aren't stupid. You assure them that you'll stay out of trouble. Your dad's shoulders sag as he shakes his head. You barely know what's out there, kiddo, he mutters. I've been out there. You guys just don't know. I sneak out. Your mom's fierce expression softens. Hey, Nonsensica, sorry, it's your birthday today, and here we are arguing like a pair of assholes. Happy birthday. They both give you a hug. We meant to order up from the canteen and have your usual birthday breakfast, but we got to talking about Utopia's opened up positions and expeditions for kids 13 and older, and well, that's you now. I suppose we'll have to let you spread your wings someday, your dad relents. I just feel better knowing you were safe here inside the colony walls. He gives your mom a faint smile. We decided early on to let you choose your own path in life. So if you want to join expeditions, we're behind you. Just be safe. You find your dad comparing some plant samples. When he sees you, he puts down the test tubes and gives you a big hug. Kiddo, he exclaims, then kneels down to look you in the eye. I've been thinking, I want to say, I'm sorry your mom and I were arguing on your birthday. We disagree sometimes, just like every couple, but it's unfair that you had to see how the soy sausage gets made. It's okay. He pats you on the shoulder. Thanks for saying so. You're a great kid. Your mom and I talked it out, he continues. We're both just really putting our everything into the farm right now, and it's making us kind of snappy. You don't have to worry about it, okay? He squeezes you into a big hug. If you want to join Utopia's exploration team, just be careful. It's dangerous out there. I gotta go save socks. I'm gonna have to do that. I'm gonna survey the plains. When you boarded the expedition's autobus this morning, you didn't know what to expect. It trundled you and other surveyors a few clicks north to the prosaic plains, a high, flat area with cooler weather than your colony. You could barely control your excitement as you watched the landscape change, and now you're here. You're finally old enough for a real survey mission away from the colony. You greet Chief Surveyor Utopia at the depot. This here's a plastic cutter, she says, handing you one. It's a tool for cutting and heating things. You can use it to make a fire, cauterize a wound, boil water, and it cuts some materials pretty alright. You can use it for self-defense too, but I don't suggest it. Fool, fire. She laughs. Cool it, sweets. This is a quiet area, and what we're doing, we're not supposed to be in danger. We're just going to be taking notes and pictures, keeping track of all the flora and fauna we see. Just don't touch anything unless I ask you to take a sample. Everything is potentially dangerous. We don't know much about what's out there, which is why we need surveyors, even young'uns like you. The prosaic plains are a sparse region. Like, you can assume from the name, you can see things from a long way off. Utopia sees you squinting at the horizon. And what you gonna do if you see something coming for you? Try to pet it. Utopia puts her fingers to her temples. I'm going to hope that you're joking. She sighs. Dis joins you. He must have come on an earlier autobus. Ah, good, you're here, Utopia says, digging out another plas cutter for Dis. You two greenhorns are with me for the foreseeable. Now, we don't gotta sniff each other's butts all the time out there, but I do expect y'all to be in yelling distance. Comms can get spotty out here. You and Dis share knowing glances. You've both been sneaking out to explore long before you were officially allowed to. Utopia also hands you a surveying drone and shows you how to launch it. It'll automatically perform local scans of wherever you go, though detailed scans still need to be done manually. Your stomach started to grumble for a mid-afternoon snack when you happen to spot a bush bearing some delicious-looking fruit. The bush is growing atop a large boulder, its roots twining down the craggy, weathered stone. You've never seen this fruit before, but a small bird-like creature is eating one, so there's a chance it's edible. Look a little closer. You analyze this fruit from a distance. Yep, looks delicious. Glistening with dew, little bird-like things are pecking at it, the branches sway in the wind. Wait, there's no wind. You notice the rock beneath the bush is also swaying gently. Oh wait, this is an animal. It's an arborescent photosynth, Utopia calls them bush bubs, and it seems to be asleep. They're very dangerous when provoked, so you decide you'd rather not disturb it. You spy a creature that kind of reminds you of Cal's illicit pet socks, a dillypiller maybe. Except it's huge, like really, really long. Like as long as the stratospheric. Enormous. Could it be the same? You aren't totally sure. You watch it using your holoculars. So far in the distance, it looks like a train crawling along one of the great cliffs along the wrestling ridges to the west. It crawls down the cliff face towards the Great Plains, not far from you. Stay back and watch from afar. It sniffs around the base of the cliff for a long time. The cliff is made of sparkling iridescent rock, almost the same shimmer as the dillypillar's scales. Pretty. The dillypillar starts to eat something. This game adds hollow before everything, yeah, and it throws me off every time. And my stutter doesn't like it. You can't quite see what from so far away. It seems to be eating something that grows in the rocks. It grazes for nearly an hour, then crawls back up to the cliff face and disappears, heading west. You take diligent survey notes, but you have another motive. Whatever this creature was eating, Sock needs it too. After it leaves, you investigate the base of the cliff where it had been. There's some scrubby grasses growing there that seem pretty common. You grab a few handfuls of these, and a flower you've never seen before, orange and kind of lumpy. You uproot a few of these as well and bring them back to Socks. Better bring these to Cal. Hollow deck, hollow bus, holoculars, yeah. You're too worn out and tired to continue. You have to go home now. That's fine. I just wanted to help Socks. I'm good. I'm good to go back to farming. New perk. What's wrong with Socks? Socks is getting a little pale, not eating. We don't know. Is she sick? Cal, I have something for you. You find Cal and excitedly drag him to the barn where he keeps his pet dillypiller. I brought some plants for Socks to try. You tell Cal about the dillypiller you saw in the plants. She's really gonna get that big? Cal breathes. He looks as worried as you feel. You lay out the native plants for Socks to try. She sniffs each one, nibbles one, then another. She rejects all the grasses and twigs. Cal groans and pulls his hair. Last up is the orange flower. There are some dirty rocks attached to its roots, and when you go to brush them off, it attracts her attention. She crawls onto your arm, sniffs closer at the rock, then tentatively licks one. Then she squeaks with joy and puts it in her mouth. No, Socks, that's not food, Cal exclaims. Then you hear her grinding away at it with her teeth. She does have very big molars. They almost look like they're made out of crystal rather than bone. Wait, do you have diamond teeth? You take a closer look at the rocks. They seem to be the same iridescent mineral on the cliff. You give it a lick, but it doesn't taste like anything. You both shrug. This is the happiest Cal has seen Socks in weeks. You guessed she just needed some rocks in her diet. Yay, we saved Socks. I'm gonna be a farmer. Oh, that's right, I'm stressed out. You and Cal walk through the park, a special place set aside for growing ornamental plants from Earth. It was grown from a precious seed bank, preserved for over 20 years aboard the stratospheric before your brother started planting them here on Vertumna. Almost nothing here is grown for food, though many of them are technically edible. It's so green here, Cal says, stopping to smell a bush of fist-sized red flowers with velvety petals. Wow, they smell so sweet. It's so weird. My mom worked really hard on this. Such a waste of space. It's so peaceful. My mom worked really hard on this. Your mom brought these flower seeds from Earth and somehow found time to cultivate them here, even though there's so much work to do on the farm. It just goes to show that there's a lot about your mom that you still don't know. It's so peaceful. Cal breathes deep, a funny smile on his face. It really is. This is one of my favorite places in the whole colony. You can really feel the love in every plant. One pretty white flower in particular is flourishing here. This Trantia, your mother's favorite, seems to be growing faster than even native plants do, covering the paths and bluffs with tiny white stars. You practically have to push clumps of it aside in some places just to make sure you don't crush anything. God, it's so beautiful. I don't think I'm going to forget any of those. Also, later on in the game, you can upgrade those. You can pay kudos to upgrade those. Oh, aha. Dad? Your dad was sniffling and sneezing pretty bad this morning. Oh, no. I forgot about helping Tange. He collapsed around this time last year, so you've been feeling anxious about his health, especially now that the pollen is back. He's working hard in the fields, respirator hanging from his neck as he grunts and shovels dirt into a wheelbarrow. He sees you coming and stands up straight, coughing a little as he stretches his back. Hey, kiddo, what brings you out here? Dad, you have to wear your respirator. Oh, it's around his neck, not his mouth. Your dad makes a blah, blah, blah motion with his hands. I do. Don't look at me like that. It's just getting some fresh air. It's hard to breathe with that thing on. I'm racing to get these pixie beets in the ground, he continues. We're all set to have a great harvest in time for Vertumna. He leans on his shovel, tucking one foot behind the other and rocking back and forth. Truth is, I've been working like a dog. I'd love to get out of here for a while. Hey, what did you say you and I go for a little walk? He says, brightening. I know you don't go outside the walls much either, but we could do with a little nature walk. I study all the plants the forager brings back, and I've never really seen them in the wild. You want to go outside? Sure, your dad says. People can want to try new things, right? Your mom doesn't see the draw. He continues, slipping his shovel up onto his shoulder and picking his way carefully out of the turned fields. I think he's about to die, and it's my fault, guys. I think he's about to die, and it's my fault because I forgot. She likes what she can control, but there's a whole planet out there, and I want to go explore. He stops and doubles over, suddenly racked with a coughing fit that makes him unable to speak. He tries a few times to catch his breath, but each time he just starts coughing harder. The pink pollen in the air swirls and eddies around you both. Maybe you should stay indoors. Oh, your dad wheezes. You're just like Instance, that old stick in the mud. I remember when we were younger, she was always walking around with her nose in everyone's business. She always thinks she knows what's best for people. Despite his brave words, he has to hold on to you to balance to catch his breath again. Okay, maybe now's not the best time, he gasps, finally putting his respirator back on. But you and me, kiddo, we have a date with the outside world, kiddo. I'm taking a rain check. Oof. Yeah, I think the dad's about to die. And it's my fault. I can't wait until Instance figures out a treatment for the shiver thing. She says maybe next year, maybe the one after that. I'm going to be first in line, you bet. Oh my God, I'm so sorry, Dad. Wait, hold on. I'm so sorry, I forgot. I think it's the life Instance. Sex ed, ooh. Chief Engineer Instance already looks like she's over and done with the whole class. Right, so today we're supposed to learn about sexual education, she says, her arms crossed in front of her chest. We're going to watch a 1-hour video. There'll be no discussion, period. If you have any questions, look it up. Damn. You watch a boring video about mammalian reproduction before the invention of Gentech. Can you believe that people used to just squirt liquids inside each other and sometimes babies came out? And sometimes they gave each other diseases? That sounds gross. The way the colony does it now, by implanting embryos into people who've made the choice to become parents, it's so much more civilized. We even learned that the Strato brought some frozen embryos from Earth to ensure genetic diversity. Some of your friends are descended from these donors, not even from their parents. Some of them don't even have parents, but no one treats them any differently. This is exactly how they managed to make it so there wasn't inbreeding in the game, which I think is really interesting. Over dinner, your dad is concerned when you tell him that Instance only showed you a video. We agreed to teach you kids about the important stuff, he says, putting down his fork. Consent, personal hygiene, communication. You're missing a lot of important information here, kiddo. You and your dad have a genuine, if slightly embarrassing conversation about sexual education beyond just reproduction. He answers all of your questions, gives you a big hug, and tells you that you can always come to him if you have any more. Get to work. What about the Fortnite stream? Okay, the Fortnite stream is coming right after this, like right after this year. I had a really good talk with everyone yesterday of the streamers. I talked about like my fear and my worries about things and how I felt like I couldn't even sleep anymore because if I don't keep hopping on Fortnite, if I don't keep streaming at 1, if I don't keep streaming like as soon as I wake up, like I go to sleep at like 10 a.m. and then I wake up at like 1 p.m., which is barely any time to sleep at all. Like I was sleeping like 3 hours a day and then staying up all night to stream. And I talked about how I felt like if I didn't do that for you guys, I was going to miss out on my window to be able to find people who wanted to watch me stream just regular gaming. And it was the outpour of love from everyone on the stream last night that was like, girl, you need to just get some sleep. Like you just need to get some sleep. And I was like, I know I do, but I'm so scared. Like I'm so terrified that people are only here for the sprites. And if I don't play Fortnite during the chapter like that has the sprites, I'm going to miss out on potential people following. It's been a while since you've taken a physics class. You wonder who they got to teach it after Professor Hal died. He was the teacher back on the ship. Who could possibly replace him? No, because I have to be working, because this is congruence. Yeah, so I have to be working with the biology. Because people will follow, like I've got 578 followers, and then I see 20 of you guys maybe on regular streams, maybe not even like 10 really. And so I was like, that's fine. Like that's fine with me. If I can just I convinced myself that even if I bring in 10 followers each stream, but I only get to keep 2 of those 10 followers, if I just keep doing that, eventually, like I will grow enough people who want to stay. And everyone was like, that's not a good mentality to have. You have to sleep. And I think I took it to heart. I fell asleep last night instead of staying up all night. And then I woke up and I think I slept, guys. I think I slept for like 15 hours. Like, thank you, Jet. Like, I really, really needed the rest. I really needed the sleep. So I know, Ash, thank you. We'll see. Okay, so that was a waste. That was a waste of a month. You're getting older. It's that magical time in your life, full of discoveries and possibilities, when children become adults and their bodies change in weird, wonderful, and often embarrassing ways. When you were younger, Congruence gave your class a frank presentation about preparing for the changes your bodies would experience in the next few years. Which part of the presentation was relevant to you? This is another reason why I love this game, by the way. You have the opportunity at the beginning of the game to choose if you present more feminine, androgynous, or male. Then on top of that, no matter what you present as, you get to have the choice of whether or not you choose to have he, them, like he, she, they pronouns. Then, not only that, but after you choose that, you get to choose here as well what that means. So I chose woman, so menstruating, breast growth. You and your friends giggled your way through Congruence's presentation and left with a new appreciation for the wonders of the human body. Puberty had felt like something that would happen so far in the future that it didn't apply to you. You put it out of your mind, even as you noticed Cal's voice begin to drop or Mars started to dress differently. And so one morning, you wake up and, something's different. You just know something's off. As soon as you open your eyes, things are squelchier than you expect them to be down there. You just want to close your eyes again. You remember Congruence's sexual education classes, and you're really not ready up for their real-world practical applications. If you just go back to sleep, it'll go away, right? Yep, your period started. Discreetly ask your mom for help. Yeah, that's what moms are for. You pull back your privacy curtain and gesture for your mom to come over. When she sees the problem, her eyes go wide and she gives you a big hug? What? Oh, my little girl's growing up, she exclaims, and you feel your face grow hot with embarrassment. Your dad is right here. She puts her hands on your shoulders. I'm so happy for you, kiddo. I know you're probably grossed out, but getting your period is important. What is happening? You feel on the edge today, like everything that happens feels so unfair and tragic. Like, you want to punch stuff and then cry about it. Like, you want to be left alone, but you also desperately want attention. Feels like a fount of new energy is starting to bubble up inside you. Dangerous, uncontrollable energy. Welcome to puberty, Nonsensica. Know how I'm supposed to help him, because in my first playthrough, I don't know what I did, but he was better by now. So I don't know what I'm messing up here. Am I picking the wrong? I can't be. It can't be engineering because it has to be with instance. The best part about farming during dust is that if you're ever thirsty, you can practically just reach into the ground and pull out a potato pod. They're filled with liquid that's just a little bit cooler than the dry, hot air, especially since that's how they spread their seeds. Animals dig them up, and then the pods burst and leak seeds everywhere. It's kind of gross if you think about it too hard, but the juice is so tasty, so... Shoot. It's Vertumnalia. Time for speeches, games, and feasting. You stare hungrily at the feast table. Sure, it's mostly soy rations, but it's still more food than you usually see all at one time. This year, though, there's something new. Great big tureens of glowing beans. Weird. You try to sneak some food before the speeches start, but Chief Engineer Instance catches you and smacks your hand away. Your mom gets really mad at her and causes a huge yelling match. Your dad directs you away from the tables as Instance blames your mother for the way things are right now, whatever that means. Your dad passes you a soy sweet to help your tummy busy during the speeches. He's the best. As you guys have probably begun to notice as we watch this, they are just now starting to starve. This is the year that we are running out of food. So things are about to drastically change for this community. Governor Utica takes the stage and manages to calm everyone down. Normally, I do a voice for her. I'm not doing it. My throat hurts. Welcome, everyone, to our 4th of Vertumnalia celebration, she says, speaking through a maxiphonar. The bitch speaks through a maxipad. Her voices have been getting weaker lately and can't reach across the square the way it used to. I'm proud, as always, to stand before you as your governor and to celebrate another year of peace and prosperity on this beautiful planet. Utica steps aside, wobbling a little as she walks, leaving Seek to complete the annual formalities. Your mom steps forward. This year's feast includes a new glow-in-the-dark food. Pixie beans are our first domesticated Vertumnian crop. The crowd applauds, and your mom raises her hands. Credit goes to Geranium. He insisted we dedicate a third of our fields to them, so you'll also have him to thank for the light shows in your toilets tonight. A smattering of laughter ripples through the crowd. Your dad chuckles nervously. Your mom's smile fades. As you know, we lost our hydroponics and microbial soil during the wormhole accident, she says. These pixie beans will make up for our losses we faced with our earth crops. Utica's weedy voice rattles out through the maxi pad. Thank you, everyone. Let's get on with the games. The crowd packs away the chairs as the children gather in the square. Which competition do you participate in this year? I'm going to do the bot. Tom directs your attention to this year's edition, a cloth-covered mountain as tall as 4 adults, studded with mysterious protrusions. He pulls back to reveal the Tower of Terror, he announces with a flourish. Test your courage with 3 stories of ladder climbs, followed by a death-defying leap off faith onto the poof shroom mat. God, this game hates my fucking speech impediments. Poof shroom mats. You, Anemone, and Cal take in the majesty of the Tower of Terror. Both of them are hooting and pumping their fists, absolutely bonkers about jumping from 3 stories. You'll all still be doing the wrestling, agility, and accuracy portions of the course, but clearly this is the winner by popular vote. What about you? Are you ready? You blow through the obstacle course, the basket shooting, and the bot wrestling with ease. You arrive at the base of the Tower of Terror with a determined gleam in your eye. You scale it easily, of course. It's only ladders. Sure, it's really high ladders and a huge jump, but you just close your eyes and pretend you're jumping into a great big vat of pudding. Com awards you first place in the quadrathlon. Congratulations. Finally, it's time for the feast. The pixie beans are a hit. Your parents keep touting their many benefits. They grow well, they're super nutritious, they taste great, they're really versatile, and the kids love their bright multicolored glow. Your rumbling stomach has made you grouchy. Your parents won't let you eat until they finally stop bragging about their dumb beans. You consider the options: pixie bean soup, pixie bean salad, pixie bean chili, even pixie bean aquafaba dessert. Everything glows in the evening twilight. Something is fishy about these beans. It's really good. That's really good intuition. You suddenly shove your pixie bean everything around your plate. You don't even want to eat them anymore. Stupid beans, stupid feast, stupid games, stupid everything. Ugh. Every time someone turns to talk to you, especially about how great these beans are and how great your parents are for growing them, you just get more irritated. They're just beans. It's like they love these beans more than they love you. You're probably just hungry. I'll eat a bean. Pause. Screw these stupid beans. Eat your pixie beans. I feel like there is something really fucking fishy about these beans. Yeah, who says you have to eat a bunch of stupid glowing gimmick beans? They're not the boss of you. You can decide what goes in your body. Your dad is amused, but your mom isn't so forgiving. Eat your food, Nonsensica, she says sternly. We worked hard to make this food for you. I don't care. Did I ask? Oh, poor period baby. I don't care. Your dad tries to calm the situation, but your mom slams her fist on the table, the noise making everyone nearby stop talking and turn to stare at you. Eat your damn dinner, Nonsensica, she shouts. I'm sick of your attitude. Fine. No, you can't make me. Your mom stands up. Oh, can't. Can I? She threatens. Your dad finally gets a word in. Calm down, everyone, he says. Nonsensica doesn't have to eat anything. She doesn't want to. He turns to you. There's not much other than beans, kiddo. Just regular old soy rations. You'll never eat those stupid beans. You'll just eat stinky, boring soy rations until your parents figure out how to grow something else. That's their job. After dinner, everyone breaks off into little groups to talk or make music together as the sky darkens for the shortest night of the year. You're still feeling irritated by everything, so when your friends try to pull you into some rhythmic clapping game, you beg off and go back to your quarters. Was this what Congruence was talking about when she warned you that your hormones would make you feel out of control sometimes? Your parents get back much later than you, making a ton of noise as they drunkenly make their way into bed. The next morning, your mom ignores you until it's time to leave for breakfast. Oof. I don't trust him. I'm sorry, Ma. Someone's hungover. You and an enemy are playing in the garrison yard with sticks, chasing each other around and pretending to be sword fighting. The adults training nearby are patient with you as long as you don't get too near the target dummies, but sometimes you stray too close. Watch out, Annie, one of the security personnel calls out as an enemy bumps into her. You kids stay behind the fences, okay? It's an enemy, she retorts as you both retreat to a safe distance. An enemy throws her stick to the ground and pouts. Just because everyone else shortens their name, it doesn't mean I have to do it. I like being an enemy. But having a nickname is kind of cool and mysterious, like having a call sign, you know? What would you call me, Nonsensica? What's wrong with the enemy? How about Nem? What do you think, a Nemi? Just an enemy? How about Nem? I like Nem. Nem tilts her head. Huh, never heard that one before. She mimes swinging a sword a few times. Nem. Nem, I like it. Short and punchy, just like me. It's kind of like I'm a venturer from a story. Nem picks up her discarded stick. Now, she says, brandishing it at you, prepare to be defeated by the mighty Nem. You spend the next hour sparring with Nem in the yard. Hour? Also, I have something for you. Oh, I got something for you. I do want to train, though, but ooh, but look. Yes, you can eat this. Eat. Yes, I want to train. On your way to the sports ball pitch, Nem shares a story about how the time her brother Com once spiked a ball so hard that he broke Utopia's nose, back when she used to play sports ball too. She describes it in gory detail. But don't go easy on me, she exclaims. That's why we have med beds, right? Plus, I get a cool scar. She thumbs a blue scaled scar on her jaw, right under her ear. Okay. Am I brave enough for you to do this, or what was it? Yeah, I dare you to eat this worm. Oh yeah? Discounters. Well, I double dare you to eat a worm. You can't just turn down a double dare. You're no meek little hop eye. Slimy, unsatisfying, very, very gross. Deese eats his like a noodle, slurping it up and wrinkling his nose as it wriggles in his mouth. Yuck, he says, swallowing it whole, then shows you his empty mouth. You should have known better than to dare a person who fears nothing. I still have yet to find what interests this motherfucker. Because it's not that, and it's not that, and that usually goes to Tammy. I can try it, though. Do you like this? Thank you. Dis says, clearly unsure about how to react. I'll find something to do with it. No, he doesn't like that. Okay, well, that's a waste. Let's go farming. The colony is one massive multi-purpose programmable bot. Usually, geoponics uses it to till the fields and help with the planting and harvesting. It breaks down a lot, but you kind of love it anyway. It's a big, slow friend. At one point, you kids started decorating it with stickers, and your mom never stopped you. You and Cal are out in the fields where they're planting a new crop of pixie beans. Those things are incredible. They glow in the dark. Cal is in a goofy mood and doesn't want to work. You got the RoboPlow for the day. He suggests you ride around on it. Guys, no, we gotta just do the work. We gotta do the work. We're gonna starve. We're gonna starve. Good job. You and Cal trudge along behind the RoboPlow, removing rocks it misses and dropping seeds into the furrow. After a few hours, your backs are sore, but the field looks great. Your mom actually smiles when she sees the field and gives you a handful of kudos, which is money, guys. You're clearing the bot off to put it away for the night when a security officer Rhett shows up. Hello, children. When you're done, please deliver the MMPG to the garrison. We need it to shore up the walls tomorrow. Wait, we need it tomorrow, Cal says. He strokes the sticker-covered flank of the bot. Are you going to bring it back after? After we're done with it, Rhett replies. You and Cal exchange a look. Working on the walls is a never-ending project. You get the feeling if he takes the plow, he won't be getting it back anytime soon. Certainly not in time for the next harvest. Oh, I have, no persuasion. I should check with my mom first. Are you sure? Brett says. Come on, don't be childish. You could just tell her we needed it. No. No. Oh, God. You don't really have many options here. Brett is an adult and chief of security. You don't feel comfortable denying him the plow. I'm going to have to replay this so here's the thing. Now I know, okay, let me do some mental math here really quick. I need to do a good job at the farm. I need biology, persuasion. And because cows, they're animals, so I'll focus on that on the next playthrough, I think. The next day, your mom is pissed. You can hear her yelling at Rhett over her holopom. In that tone of voice, like when you watched a holovid and someone's mom uses their first, last, and middle name. You never see the RoboPlow in geoponics again. You don't really understand these proto-politics, but you feel bad anyway. Get to work. Damn. I guess I should keep working on the farm. I feel like I damn. What gives me persuasion? Because I have, no persuasion. I can't stop now, though. You learn that Cal's named almost every one of the fruit trees, and then he talks to the plants. He says it makes them grow better because everyone needs some gentle encouragement sometimes. Yes, we do. You killed the dad, you killed the farm, killed it all. Stop. I know I'm terrible. Okay, I'm getting stressy-depressy. feel like I gotta keep working on the farm, though. Like, we're so low on food. The colony is surrounded by tall walls that keep out most of the local exofauna, the key word being most. You often report to work to find that an entire row of corn has been ripped up and carried away in the night by something that can fly over the walls. All that's left in the morning is torn up dirt and is a dusting of iridescent powder. It happens so often that your mom has set up cameras to catch whatever is in action. The next day, you have your answer: Dorbs moths. Giant blue moths with wingspans almost as long as your outstretched arms. They can rip the corn right out of the ground. Wow, amazing, Cal says as you review the holovid. I didn't know that Dorbs moths could do that. Dorbs moths are pretty cute in a bug-like sort of way. Fuzzy dog-like heads, pretty iridescent wings, long elegant whiskers. They'd be cuter if they weren't, flying away with entire stalks of corn. You don't want to run the risk of accidentally poisoning your own crops, and Cal objects to trapping them. The most humane solution is to discourage them from stealing your crops at all. You and Cal work on setting up scarecrows, but after a couple of unsuccessful days, you have to admit that you just don't know what scares away these adorable little moths. What even eats them anyway? Guess I'm gonna have to find out. Cal puzzles over the security footage. They fly in from the north, especially around quiet, he says. Maybe that's where their breeding ground is? If someone goes there, maybe we could figure out what kind of animal they're scared of. If they're plant eaters, something's gotta hunt them for food. You figure it out. If you figure it out, it'd be a big help towards securing the colony's food supply. So during quiet, I have to go to the north. Okay. Which means I still need to be doing the going outside stuff. This might have been a bad idea. I'm so low on... Okay. Well, that's important. You're surveying some weird algae bloom when it starts to get dark. You pack up for the day and begin to head back to base when you see a cloud of dwarf moths fluttering overhead. There we go. Them, the same villains that keep eating your crops. You decide to follow them. You creep silently after the moths. They don't seem afraid of you or anything at all. The moth eventually converge on a clearing where hundreds of them rest against stalks of the giant fungal trees. The sound of their wings rubbing against each other is like music. The entire clearing glimmers with dust. It's so pretty. You stand there and watch for a few minutes. Suddenly, the peace of the clearing is broken by squeaking in the chaos of flapping wings. The dwarf moth all explode from their perches, sending clouds of choking dust into the air. Through the dust, you can see a dwarf moth locked in a vicious battle with a small creature. It's all over so quickly. You watch the creature cling to the dwarf moth's back as it flails around until it climbs up and rips out the dwarf moth's throat with its tiny, vicious teeth. More squeaking fills the clearing. From the trees descends an entire family of the things, and they set upon the corpse of the dwarf moth like it's a kingly buffet. They hop around and hiss at each other, popping up like popcorn. The sound is incredible, like the screeching of a chair across the floor. The rest of the smoths, that's their name now, guys, smoths, have completely vanished. The cries of these tiny hunters must have scared them off. Everything's gotta eat, guys. Everything's gotta eat. How cool. Everything's gotta eat. You whip open your holopod and record their squeaking and chittering as they devour their meal. If you play this, it's bound to scare the smoths away from your field, too. You don't think you would have believed it if you hadn't seen it with your own eyes. The little things, you decide to call them bounce weasels, are like 1/5 the size of a dwarf moth, and they're even more cute than the moths. You're pretty involved in recording the bounce weasels, so you don't notice another family of them moving into position over your head until it's too late. Like the moth, you have the audacity to stand still for far too long in their territory. You yelp as you're pelted by a hail of sharp-toothed creatures. Oh no. Pet potential? I don't think they're friendly. I think that the demon is still not out there, though. You cover your head and neck, and the bounce weasels, bounce right off of you. Some of them cling to your jacket, nipping little holes into it. But when they can't get their teeth into you, they bounce away into the forest, chittering in anger. You can't wait to show Cal the battle of cute versus cute. This planet's pretty cool. Plus, now you have an idea about how to keep the moths from stealing your crops. For 2 more now to continue, you have to go home now. You play with Ricky Bright Eyes, hanging out with them just outside the walls. It's uneventful, which is exactly what you need. You try to teach them some simple commands: stay, follow, speak. It's adorable watching them tilt their head from side to side when they're trying to figure something out. They don't really seem to get it, but you get the impression that they're trying. You quickly realize the Ricky must be named after the sound they make when they're happy. A whirring, clicking noise from a weird spider tentacle creature. It's pretty cute. I took the month off. Ooh, am I forgetting anything? No, I don't think so. It's been a long month being cooped up indoors while it's poured rain and everything got too muddy and too gross to play outside. You and the other teens are in the lounge again, and everyone's getting a little antsy. Tangent and Cal are bickering about something, and Dis must be bored enough that he's letting Mars paint his fingernails. Nem is trying to do a dance she learned from watching holovids, and she's failing miserably. The sound of her music fills the room. You don't seem to be as affected by the cabin fever as everyone else, but it's still funny to watch your friends acting silly. Nem dances a little too close to Mars's collection of nail polish, bumping into the table and sending them, and herself, clattering to the floor. Hey, watch it, Dis snaps. Dance your stupid dance somewhere else. It's not stupid, Nem sniffles from the floor. You don't have to be so mean to me. Boo-hoo, Mars teases. What are you gonna do, dance about it? You're also childish. Who even cares? Hey, everyone, just shut up, Cal explains from across the room. Honestly, you all fight all the time. You stay inside when it's nice and dry, and you don't appreciate how hard everyone else is working. It's just whine. You're not better just because you work outside, Tange joins in. You're not special, Cal. If I wanted to, I could work outside. She opens her hollow palm and flies her fingers across the screen. See? There. Next month, I'll be working in geoponics. How do you like that? Then you can nag me about my soft hands all you want. Utica pokes her head in from the command corridor. Children, keep it down. We can hear you all the way from the bridge. Everyone goes quiet for a second and then explodes into arguing again. Utica throws her hands up in the air and retreats down the hallway in defeat. Time to go wild. Yeah, fight. Everyone just shut up. Calm down, everyone. Calm down, guys. Everyone ignores you and keeps squabbling. Mars chases Cal and everyone else chases her, and somehow you all end up in the classroom. Suddenly, Mars shouts, okay, everyone. She claps her hands. 1, 2, 3, look at me. Everyone shut up. Everyone stops arguing and looks at Mars in shock. I have an idea, she says. We should decorate the classroom. No one seems excited by this prospect until she adds, with toilet paper, come on, it'll be pretty. Now everyone's on board. What's gotten into them? Oh, guys, you're gonna... Don't make me the mature one. I don't want to be a snitch. Don't make me the... Fuck it, make it into a competition. You split the classroom in half and break up into 2 teams. Whoever completely covers their half first is the winner. Everyone agrees readily, even Cal, and he hates competitions. Your team is doing well until the other team sends Tangent over to sabotage your progress. Mars complains as Tange runs around tearing down your garlands, but Nem on the other team insists that there was no rules against sabotage, so it's totally fair. This makes Mars shriek in indignation and goes flying at Nem, knocking her to the ground for a vicious hair-pulling battle. All the noise attracts the attention of Chief Engineer Instance, who throws her hands up in dismay at the state of the room. The kids scatter before she can make anyone clean up. The next day, you hear from your friends that everyone feels terrible. Like their arms and legs are made of lead, and it takes so much energy to do anything. All that energy from yesterday has been drained out of them and then some. This lasts for a week. Some of them can't even get out of bed. And when they do, their moods are all over the place, aggressive, sulky, impulsive, until their batteries run out and they sleep for over 12 hours straight. Mood. You're resting in the lounge with your friends, watching holovids and grazing on roasted pixie beans, when your dad and chief engineer, I said I was going to eat them, Instance comes storming through the room. You, Instance snaps, smacking the bowl of pixie beans out of Mars's hands. Stop eating those this instant. Mars looks like she's about to smack some sense in an instant, but your dad says, I'm sorry, everyone. We were wrong about the pixie beans. They're not safe for you guys to be eating. You've been feeding us poison? Mars shrieks. Oh, ew. Do my dads know you tried to kill me? Your dad spreads his hands. No, don't worry. Mars, calm down. They're not poison. They're just a chemical in them that hyperbonds to estrogen and testosterone. Your big teenage body, teenage growing hormones, and the brain that binding... Let's try that again, shall we? Your big teenage growing hormones and the brain likes binding to that new macromolecule a lot more than the regular kind. It's been making your moods unpredictable and causing periods of hypo and hypermania. When Mars just stares blankly at him, he laughs awkwardly. Translation, it's making you kids act silly and feel sick, and I'm sorry. Instance frowns. If it's doing this to kids, it's not long until it builds up enough to affect the rest of us too. Until further notice, no one is going to eat a single pixie bean. Great, now we're even more starving. Your dad looks distraught. Fula was right, he says, collapsing in a nearby chair and rubbing his eyes. She didn't trust these things, but shit. She's still going to be pissed that we don't have another successful food source. You look at him in shock. You hardly ever see him swear. It must be worse than you think. Your dad sits there in silence for a long time. You play the recording of the squeaking bounce weasels for your mom and Cal. You're sure this is going to work? She asks when it's done. It sounds annoying. You swear it will work. You saw it while you were exploring. It might not sound like much, but the huge dwarf moths are terrified of them. And with good reason. What game is that? This is I Was a Teenage Exocolonist. If you'd like, I will be playing through it multiple times, so please make sure to go back and watch what you've missed. You set up a speaker system and play the recording all night. The next day, there's no sign of a moth. Your crops are completely safe. I think it worked, Cal says, sounding relieved. Nonsensica, you're a genius. Is it on PlayStation? Yeah, that's what I'm using. You're just glad that all your hard work isn't going to be feeding those pesky moths anymore. More food for the colony. Another year, another glow. Everyone's pretty sure there's going to be an attack this year, so the colony is on high alert. You're collecting glowflies in the geoponics gardens with Cal and Ned when the sirens begin to wail. You all stop what you're doing and look at each other nervously. Your parents run off to help defend the farms, telling you to get inside the greenhouses and stay quiet. Nem declares she's going to the walls to watch the soldiers fight. She knows a good spot. Oh my god, where's the... Why am I... Okay, there it goes. I'm gonna help defend the gates. You scramble down from the walls and are immediately faced with a seething wall of hop eyes. You kind of thought there were only a handful of these usually peaceful creatures in previous years, but there's swarms of them now. And not just hop eyes. Once your eyes adjust to the chaos, you can see large creatures that look like walking bushes, and at least one giant many-eyed thing that's hovering clear off the ground, defying gravity. They all seem to be incited into a frenzy, attacking everything in sight and trying to get through walls. It's dark and chaotic. Com sees you through the fray. Nonsensica! He shouts, get to safety! You're suddenly not sure this is a good idea, but then you look up and see Nem shouting encouragement from up the wall. I don't have shit for fucking combat. You're immediately rammed in the side by what looks like a living pile of rocks. You go down. Okay, so combat, persuasion, animals, and biology. Got it. Before you land in a heap at the base of the wall, there's a ring in your ears. You can hear them screaming for Com to help. Be a hero anyway. Oh my god, I'm not gonna be able to make this. I'm not gonna be able to make this. I'm gonna try. Your broken body is leaking like a garden hose, but somehow you manage to improvise a spear out of a bit of rebar from the ever-present construction and throw yourself at the gargantuan creature. You and Com duck and weave around the monster, him getting his attention, and you jamming your spear into his armored body, looking for weak points. It seems impossible. I feel like with how little my stress is, I should have been able to go past that. Finally, Com yells, there, as it roars. You lunge for its snapjaw mouth and jam the spear in and up. There's a terrible moment where nothing happens, an inhalation of fate, and then the creature tosses its head with you in it, flipping you into the air and into its mouth. Like a frog being eaten by a turtle, your legs kick in the air ineffectively as it tries to gobble you down whole. It's dark in here, and it's not a very happy place. You're mercifully wrenched back out again before the acid grinding of its gizzard causes you to lose unconsciousness entirely. Com drags your way as a fresh group of soldiers try to drive the beast back out of the colony. You'll need to recover from your injuries, but Dr. Instance patches you up well enough that you can make it back home tonight. Your parents are arguing quietly at your little table. I'm telling you, it wasn't a fluke, your mom says. They're not just wild animals. They have a plan. The fields, the lights. Okay, your dad replies, taking her hands across the tabletop. We have to tell people what we saw in geoponics. They look up, noticing you in the doorway. Your dad's worried expression quickly changes to a smile. Hey, Rutabaga. Then he sees that you're limping, still a little loopy from the medbed. Nonsensical, what happened? Are you hurt? What happened in the fields? 'Twas only a flesh wound, father. Your mom stands up. Don't worry about that, she snaps. Go to bed, it's late. You've got a lot of work to do tomorrow to clean up. All right, you guys. Thank you for joining. We will be beginning age 14, and people, look at that. Look at Cal. Look at our boy Cal. Look how grown up he's getting. Look at our boy Cal. Guys, tomorrow we will be doing year 4 out of 20 with I Was a Teenage Exocolonist. I hope that you guys enjoyed. I hope that you guys are super excited. I will be replaying this game multiple times. So if you want to see a whole bunch of hidden stuff, stay here. This game is beautiful, wonderful. I love it so much. I love you guys so much. Thank you guys so much for being here. I will be back, my loves.